So we went out to buy a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And this is when I realized I suck at making a couple friends. Because we show up to the lot.
Yeah.
And as we're walking in, it was on Sunday, a guy looks at me and he goes, "Hey, you guys are from San Diego." And I was like, "Oh, I looked
your
down.
Jersey and your helmet.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Chargers uniform.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I wore some jeans over the football pants so that I wouldn't embarrass Kinsey like I did last time.
Okay. You didn't have the helmet on.
Have you
did
not
you?
given up on that good luck charm of wearing the Charger uniform on Charger Sunday?
No,
Sort of like you want me to give up my lucky number 13 because it's not working.
it's not working.
Okay. All right.
That's besides the fact. So these guys, it's a guy and a girl.
Yeah.
About the same age as Kinsey and I. So we went back there, we get our tree, and we end up behind them in line. And we start talking. And so I'm like, "Oh, are you guys from San Diego?" He goes, "Yeah, I grew up in Carmel Mountain." I was like, "That's where I grew up."
Okay.
And I'm like, "Where'd you go to high school?" And he goes, "I went to Rancho Bernardo." And I was like, "I almost went to Rancho Bernardo."
You almost.
Almost.
Yeah. Well, I was on the border, so I decided to go to the high school I went to because we had cool gold helmets. And so we
Adam
just
Lambert went there.
You based your high school decision on the color of football helmet you were going to get to wear?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the little thing.
It was either the gold helmet or I wore just a blue helmet. I wanted the gold. And so we're talking, and we know a bunch of people.
Yeah.
That, like kind of. I've heard, mutual, not really mutual friends, but I've heard the name. Acquaintances.
Adam Lambert.
He didn't know.
Did you drop
He did
that
not
one?
know Adam Lambert. He's like 3 years younger than I am. But
Okay.
I was like, how cool is it? This guy's like from the same neighborhood I'm from. We almost went to the
hang
same
out.
high school.
Got another couple to hang out with and play board games.
Kinsey's having a great conversation with his girlfriend.
Okay.
He just moved out here in the summer. I'm
You
like,
made new friends.
we just sparked a nice little friendship. And then they get their tree, and they left. And I'm like, oh, man, I didn't even get his name.
You didn't even get his number?
No. And so...
You weren't like, "Hey, bro,
you didn't
can I
get the
get your
digits?
number?"
But I was like, if it's meant to be, it'll happen. It'll happen. And
You
so...
love something, set it free.
Are you going to go on
If it comes back-
Craigslist and say, "Hey,
Kelly, I'm thinking about it.
Misconnection.
I'm thinking about it.
You should. You
dude
should
had-
do it online right now.
Dude had cool style and everything.
Do it
And
online.
So we put the
Do
tree
it.
on the car, and we're like, "Oh, we need to buy some lights. We don't have any lights. We got to get a couple things for the yard."
Okay.
So we put the tree on the car, and we walk into Home Depot, and we're walking around getting lights, and then I see my dude again.
He's
there
still
he
there.
is.
It's your lucky day.
And I'm like
Twice.
trying to act all cool.
Because here's that fate thing you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm trying to act all cool, so I kind of nudge Kinsey, and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "There he is.
Oh,
He's right there.
God.
He's right over there."
I
And
love
she
how
goes,
much
"You see him?"
you like romanticize bromances.
And so she's like, Jenna, in my mind, I'm picturing us watching Charger games together, and the girls are sitting in the kitchen making coffee, and then the kids are running around playing. And so I'm like, okay. She goes, "Well, go talk to him." I'm like, I can't talk to him. I can't do it right now. I can't talk to him.
Oh, you got nervous?
Well, I got a little nervous, and
He's
then
a dude.
he had like a dude helping him out with the lights, and his girlfriend was kind of talking, so I didn't want to
It's a
intrude.
dude, man. You're in Home Depot. You're in like God heaven.
So I'm like, hey, it'll happen if it needs to happen. So we go and we stand in line to pay for our lights, and guess who comes up behind us? My dude.
Were you secretly just kind of watching him to see when you thought he was going to approach the cashier so that you could just go ahead and be right in front of him,
Yeah,
right place, right time?
I stopped to look at a little bit of paint just to see if they were coming to get in line. So I get in line, and they get in line behind us, and then we start talking again, and we have a pretty cool conversation. And then it gets to the point where I'm like, do I ask for their number, or are they supposed to ask me for the number? And it just kind of became one of those things like, man, I don't know. I don't want to be a creeper because it's weird. You know,
Get a dude's card.
it just felt real weird.
Hey, dude, let's get together at a bar one weekend and watch the Chargers play.
My buddy owns a
I
bar
know.
down the street.
Hey,
It just
listen.
felt weird. And we had our kids with us, and they didn't have any
So
kids
much
with
for
them.
fate, huh?
And so we walk out, and we're walking together to the cars. And it gets to our car was closer to the store, so we get in the car.
Did you ram his car with your car so that you would have to exchange numbers at that
No,
point?
because we were getting in the car, and I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, see you guys later. And I kind of left it open, like stood out there, like, hey, if you want to get my number, if you want to be friends. No, they kept walking. So
They
they
weren't
also
excited
yeah,
about it.
they also weren't like
They weren't as excited as
they
you.
were. Yeah, I guess not. So they walked towards their car, and I get in the car, and I'm kind of sitting there, and Kinsey's like, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Should have gotten their number. They seem like a nice couple." And then she goes, "Well, go give them your number." And I'm like,
Oh,
"Yeah."
that's not creepy now, running after the car.
now it's-
And I'm like, I was like, "Oh, I don't have a business card or anything. Where do I write it down? Do you have a business card?" And I remembered I have some of Kinsey's Style Me Kinsey business cards in my wallet. I'm like, "I have one of your business cards. I'll just give it," and it's not creepy because it's not me. So I get out of the car, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, you should do that Whitney Houston thing. Wait!
As I'm rounding my car.
Yeah, did I Will Always Love You start playing?
Yeah. His car's backed out at this moment.
Oh, no.
And he starts driving away. And I'm like, oh, no.
Did you do the wave?
Oh, no.
You did the wave? Like, hey!
I took off running after
No.
this car.
Oh, now you're creepy.
I had my hand up
Now
in the
you're
air.
creepy.
I had my hand up in the air, and I'm
Waving
running
like you
after
just
this
don't
car.
care.
I'm like, wait, we want to be friends. We want to be friends. And he just drove off.
Oh, man.
And I just walked back to the car with my head down, and I
You
walked.
just drove away.
And I get in the car, and as soon as I open the door, I just hear Kinsey just laughing hysterically. And she looks at me and she goes, "You know, you're running down the
Home Depot parking lot.
Home Depot parking lot, and your fly was down while you were screaming this whole time."
Subscribe now for more videos from Kid Craddock in the Morning. And check us out at kidnation.com. It's Kid Craddock in the Morning.